Hello, my friends. It's Executive Coach Ed DeCosta with another episode of the Get Edified video blog. Today, the subject is pretty simple, and it may hit you right between the eyes, and you won't get an apology from me. The title is Empower Yourself. Empower yourself. Now, in the last 2 weeks, in 2 instances where I saw direct evidence of someone waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen. The first was an executive offsite, a retreat with a leadership team, where a vice president of a company essentially told the CEO, his boss, very same company, that he didn't take action to investigate a potential competitor that ultimately was for sale and got sold to another competitor because he hadn't been given permission. He was aware of the troubled state of the competitor that got bought, and they had some key account relationships, some key technology that this company would have benefited from. VP of Marketing knew about it, but didn't take action because he hadn't been given permission. Oh, by the way, he hadn't even asked for permission. But worse than that, to me, he hadn't taken initiative. He didn't take the initiative. And this is commonly an issue with a younger professional. And that's actually where the second example came from. I was doing a workshop for some recent college graduates, people in their early to mid-20s. And essentially the question from the audience was, one of the members of the audience was, my boss doesn't even know I exist. He doesn't give me opportunities. And how can I get his attention to get opportunities to succeed? And I deliberately kind of looked around the room to get a sense of how many people thought this was a legitimate question. And again, it's a fine question because he didn't know what he didn't know. And the majority of the people gave me this vibe like, okay, they're waiting for the answer from the old guy, from me. I said, you got to take initiative. You got to empower yourself. And he argued a little bit. He was respectful, but he pushed back. He said, well, I don't want to go beyond my limits of authority, and I don't actually have any authority. Well, it's a circular argument. If you never take any initiative, you're not going to get any more authority. And if you wait for authority to take initiative, you're not going to do that. You're going to be stuck where you are forever. I don't mean that literally, but metaphorically. If you don't step out, empower yourself. Depending on what department you're in, you ought to be paying attention enough to know what's important. What are the metrics? What are the goals? How are you defining success in your area of the business? And go do your research. Go find out what other people do. Take initiative. Do some analysis. Do a report. Do some investigating. Come up with some information that may be valuable, maybe a new technology that can be employed. I'm not saying that you go bet the company or that you go spy on your competitors or break the law or do anything unethical or immoral. I'm not saying that at all. But be forward-leaning. Take initiative. That is the only way for people to see the potential that you have. Same thing is true for that vice president of marketing. He should have known better. He absolutely should have raised the issue. He should have made a phone call to initiate a conversation. And then later, again, you've heard it maybe when you were a child, it's always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. If you're a middle-level, junior-level person and you think your boss or your boss's boss is sitting around thinking about what your potential is and thinking about projects for you, let me tell you, they're not. The only person that's thinking much about your career, if anyone, is you. So you've got to empower yourself. Take a chance, take a risk, be good at it, do your work, do your homework, make sure that you don't do sloppy work. And that's the way to get progress, to keep ascending in your profession, in your career, and in your company. I hope you found this helpful. Again, my name is Ed DeCosta, and wherever you are, make it a great day.